Hello everyone, SB Architects here, and in today's tutorial I've decided to share with you something special because this tutorial is our 200th video tutorial. Unreal Engine 5.1 has been published. There are so many new features, and of course we can use this with Archicad. In order to use Unreal with Archicad, we are going to use DataSmith export plugins. To download this, you can search this in Google, and in the official website we will see this page, and if we go bottom of the window we will see our exporters, and here we can see our Archicad exporter too. You can download it from here and install in your Archicad. Once you have done this, if you haven't already, you need to sign up to Epic Games. And after that you can download your Unreal Engine into your computer. Once you have installed your Unreal Engine, if you open the engine, you will see this opening window. And from this window, we are going to select architecture and choose one of the templates. For simple situations, I prefer using blank. And from here, we are going to type in a project name and gonna click create. By the way, Unreal Engine is a very deep sea, an ocean. I cannot explain you all of the software, it's impossible. Even I haven't know all of the details of the software, but I can help you how you can start. Of course, this is a gaming engine, but simple architectural presentations, we can use this software very easily and we can achieve very realistic results. Once your Unreal Engine 5 has opened, first I prefer opening this Quixel bridge. Let's click it and we will see this bridge. If you have watched my tutorials previously, you can know easily what it is. It's a library which you can use with Unreal Engine 5 and TWINMOTION. In the TWINMOTION library, we were using this Quixel bridge library. And of course, as in the TWINMOTION, before using this, we are going to sign in. And we click sign in with Epic Games. And once you have signed in the Quixel bridge, you can reach the 3D assets, plants, surface, metahumans. But our first target will be surfaces. Let's minimize this window for now. And here we are in the perspective view. You can rotate the camera with WASD. You can select your perspective top, bottom, left, right. Here you can add your objects and their list. But for this tutorial, we are going to import our project into this perspective view. Let's delete this plane and let's go to our Archicad. Alright, here we are in Archicad and you all know this project. I recorded how it is made with Archicad. You can watch the tutorial later, but now we are going to export this file to Unreal Engine 5.1 from the file, and we will click Save As. From the opening window, we will select this DataSmith file and save. Now we can go back to the Unreal Engine and we are going to click this plus, go to DataSmith and click File Import. And then we are going to locate our folder and open our file. We can use this main content. Let's click OK. We're gonna import geometry, yes, materials and textures, yes, no lights, no cameras, no animations. From advanced, from static mesh options, we can use this generate light maps, UVs. We can use this one, but for this tutorial, we are going to use Unreal Engine 5.1 Lumen rendering engine, so we no need to use this. Let's uncheck and click import. There we go. As you can see, rendering started preparing mesh cars. It means it's rendering the project. As you can see here, it's nearly finished. And we can see our textures assigned from the Archicad. But of course this isn't enough. We will make some changes. Let's go to Quixel Bridge and place a concrete material. Let's click this row, and for instance we can try this one. Let's download and click export. As you can see here, it emerged from the content browser. Under the surface, we can see this ball, and we can just drag and drop. If you want to change the material settings, you can double click this and you can change tiling, for instance 0.5 here. Now it looks more elegant, and for instance we can assign a stucco white material. Let's close this one, go to bridge. Here we can go to plaster, go to fresh, and we have a white stucco facade here. Let's download it and use. Click our new surface and drag. If you want to create a new surface, it's hard to cope with that, but mainly you can right click the panel here and click material. For instance, we can type in wood here and double click. And here we can see a material editing window like 3ds Max. And firstly, from your computer, you can drag and drop your wood material into the browser, just like that. And from here, you can drag and drop again. And you will see this RGB node and connect to base color. If you want to change other attributes, for instance roughness, you can just right click it and click promote to parameter. Now it's completely shiny. Let's input here 1 and it's gonna be raw. And once you have completed your material, I know it's not easy. You can search Google how you can do it. But firstly, we are going to save this asset. And after that, we are going to drag and drop our wood material to here. Or instead of that, once you have downloaded, imported your project into the Unreal Engine, you can click your wood here from here, and from the right of the window you will see this materials element 0. Double click that, and here we can see our diffuse map. Let's click that, and we have already imported our new textures, this wood, pine, grained, horizontal. And with this way you can change all of the textures of your project, because by this way we can use additional settings, for instance UV offset, tiling, specular, and of course you can improve this material as we did before from the parent, and right click here to roughness, click this save, and we can go back to our previously instance material, and we will see our roughness. And if we just zoom inside, we can see the reflection effect, and we can tweak our setting just like that. Alright, let's change some settings. From the outliner, we can minimize these folders, and we can reach our sun sky. And we can change the sun sky settings. For instance, the time is 13, and now it's 17. And we can rotate the north offset. And if you want to change the clouds, you can click volumetric cloud, and you can tweak with these settings. In the settings, we will see this material. Let's double click that, and we will see more detailed options. By these settings, you can create which cloud you want to create. For instance, we have this exponential height fog. Sometimes this is annoying. You can close this one or open. Or you can change the intensity of this. Yeah, I think it's better now. If you want to get rid of these icons temporarily, you can just hit G, and you can see your project better. By the way, our floor is too much polished. Let's fix it. Double click the material. By the way, roughness is 0 because we have changed the setting. So let's fix it. From the parent, this roughness parameter default value will be 1, and click apply and save. Now it's rough. And of course, from the instance material, we can decrease some roughness value, and we will see a nice reflection. Or instead of that, let's just place a pixel material. For instance, let's download a marble. Where was it? We are going to locate a marble. Yeah, here we go. Marble tile. And maybe this one. Let's download it and export our project. It's been downloaded. Let's click this arrow to export. And yeah, there it is. This one. Let's just drag and drop. It's very nice. Let's change the tile setting. Double click that. Click this tiling offset. I want to multiply this double for the size. So I'm gonna input here 0.5. And if you want to change more settings, here we have more settings here. And good luck with that. Now, for instance, we can plant some grass from the Quixel bridge, of course. From the 3D plants, go to grass, go to lawn, and we try this first one. First download and export to project. Alright, from the Megascan 3D plans, we have this ribbon grass folder. And in the folder, we have this material instance and our models. If you hover over the models, you can see its static mesh. You can see the text, which is LOD. LOD 0 means maximum quality, and LOD 1 is one level lower. Not too bad. We can use this static mesh. Why this is LOD 1? We can change it from the bridge. But for now, we are going to leave it as is. And from the up left of the window, we will see this selection mode. We are going to change it to foliage. And we will see this foliage menu. With this menu, we are going to paint our grass. And by the way, as you can see here, this grass has been already uploaded to this browser. And now we will only paint our grass. But if you don't see this grass into your browser, it's easy. You can just drag and drop here and use this access. Anyway, we are going to click this one, hold the shift and select all of them. And brush size, I don't know, let's try. But before that, we will click this check to activate. And it's preparing shaders. We can increase the density. From this angle, we can see very detailed grass. Of course, you have more options for them. For instance, you can change scale value, minimum and maximum. Let's try to use this fill. Yeah, it's better. If you want to delete the grass, you can click the erase and you can just erase, remove, of course. I want to decrease the size of the grass. Now it looks way more better. You can just tweak the settings and use more quality grass, for instance LOD 0, and you will get photorealistic results. If we want to place trees, unfortunately we don't have any trees in the Quixel bridge. In order to place trees into your project, you will go to your Epic Games. Yeah, this one, you will go to Unreal Engine and go to Market. From the market, you can search any kind of free tree assets. And for this project, I have already downloaded this Megascans Trees European, and I have added this project. And as you can see here, we have black alder here. And as we did before, we can use painting or we can just drag and drop into our project. Just like that. As you can see, it's very photorealistic. As you can see here, I placed one more tree. As you can see, this bush has been placed. And of course, you can place as much as you can. Well, once you achieve your final scene, it's time to taking render. In order to take render, you need to place a camera, of course. For instance, you like this angle and want to place a camera. Here, you are going to click this icon and create camera here. Click this Cine Camera Actor. Once you have done that, you can switch to your Cine Camera Actor and click this perspective view. Click this newly placed camera. This is your camera and this is what it sees. For this camera, I want to change some settings. We have clicked this camera and from its settings, you can just play around with these settings. They are very useful settings like Photoshop, and also you can increase your global illumination strength. You can make Photoshop effect things, add bloom, exposure and much more. But before that, I prefer changing focal length. I want to zoom to building, something like this, and go back away from the building. And I'm gonna take render like this. By the way, those Archicad plantings looks very ugly. We can delete them. Let's click yes. Maybe we can select from here. I think starting from a few will do the trick. Click yes all. There we go. Now instead of them, you can place Megascan library. Anyway, now it's time to render. In order to take render from the browser panel, we are going to right click here, and from cinematics, we're gonna click level sequence. Once we've created this, open that, and we are going to drag and drop our camera here. This is an animation. If you want to take animation, you can use these settings and add some keys. But I want to make a still render, so I want to change the timeline to 1. It's gonna be 1 frame. Once we have done this, we are going to go to Window, Cinematic, and gonna click Movie Render Queue. And we are going to click this plus and click our new level sequence. We are going to click settings, and here we can change our output resolution and output directory. But before that, it's very important to adding anti-aliasing. Increasing these values to 4 will be enough for the most cases, and we're gonna click override. You can also play around with your JPEG settings, or instead of that, you can just export as PNG. Let's click accept, and that's all for now. Now we are going to click render. There we go, it's very fast. And this is our render. Of course, you can play around with the settings and get more realistic results. That's it. This is how you can use Unreal Engine 5.1 with your Archicad. You can export your Archicad project to Unreal Engine and you can work with real-time experience. Alright guys, that's all it for this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed with this one. If so, please do not forget to hit the like button and of course do not forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.